Hey everyone, have you been hunting for a soundbar that actually makes movies feel like a real theater experience? I know I was, and after testing out the Samsung Q-Series HW-Q930F, I think I might have found the one. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. This isn't one of those soundbars that just sits there looking sleek while delivering weak audio. The HW-Q930F packs a true 9.1.4 channel setup, which means you're getting height channels, surround speakers, and a powerful subwoofer all working together. If you've ever watched a movie where the sound feels like it's coming from all around you, even overhead, then you know how immersive this can be. I tested it with Top Gun, Maverick, and the fighter jets flying overhead felt like they were circling my living room. That's not something you get from a basic soundbar. One of the standout features is the wireless rear speakers and subwoofer. No messy cables running across the floor, which is a huge plus if you're setting this up in a rental or just don't want to deal with a rat's nest of wires. The subwoofer delivers deep, punchy bass that doesn't rattle the walls but still gives you that chest-thumping effect during action scenes. I also tried it with some bass-heavy music, and it handled it without distorting, which is a big deal if you're an audiophile or just love a good beat. If you're someone who struggles to hear dialogue clearly, maybe you're watching with family or in a noisy room, you'll appreciate the adaptive sound feature. It intelligently adjusts the audio profile based on what you're watching, so voices stay clear even when explosions are happening in the background. I tested this with a few different shows, and it worked surprisingly well. No more constantly reaching for the remote to turn up the volume. Another thing that impressed me was how easy it was to integrate with my Samsung TV. I connected it via HDMI ARC, and it was up and running in minutes. No complicated setup, no need for extra apps or subscriptions. It just works, which is exactly what you want from a sound bar. If you've got a Samsung TV, this is practically plug and play. I also like that it supports both Dolby Atmos and DTS, so whether you're streaming from Netflix, Disney+, or playing a Blu-ray, you're covered. The soundstage is wide and immersive, making it feel like you're in the middle of the action rather than just watching it. I even tested it with some video games, and the spatial audio made a huge difference in picking up footsteps and environmental sounds. Now, no product is perfect, and I'll be honest about a couple of things. First, this soundbar is pretty large, so if you're working with a small space, you might need to measure carefully. It's not something you can just tuck away under a shelf. Second, while the setup is easy, if you're not familiar with HDMI ARC, you might need to look up a quick guide. It's not difficult, but it's not as simple as plugging in an optical cable. Overall, though, the Samsung Q-Series HW-Q930F is a fantastic choice if you want a true home theater experience without breaking the bank on a full surround sound system. The sound quality, ease of setup, and smart features like adaptive sound make it worth the investment. If you're still on the fence, check out the link below and see for yourself. For most buyers, the real question is not whether Samsung Q-Series Sound Bar HW-Q930F 9.1.4 ch subwoofer and rear speaker for home, 2025, sounds impressive on paper, but whether strengths like true 9.1.4 channel immersive surround experience expansive, and Dolby Atmos and DTS actually make daily use feel easier, more dependable, and more worthwhile after the first few days of excitement wear off. It is also smart to think about long-term satisfaction. A product like Samsung Q-Series Sound Bar HW-Q930F 9.1.4 ch subwoofer and rear speaker for home, 2025, usually feels like the better buy when it stays convenient, comfortable, and reliable in normal everyday use instead of only looking good in the listing.